Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight. If you don't know, we go live every day, 9 o'clock UK time. And what we do, we talk about Thailand, Philippines, Asia. We have a great conversation in the chat about everything what goes down on the Thailand live streaming community. We also have a poll, and the poll tonight we are talking about in the poll section. It says, "Who do you think will win the Thailand live streaming of the year, excluded of the GOAT?" And was coming up. 26% is Broke Farang, 14% NDTITV, and NDITV, yes, that's correct. Ben Newton's 52%, Club Fillers is 8% on the poll, and tonight we're having a live streaming award to see who's gonna win the live streaming of the year, and who's been most dedicated, who has been the most live streaming of the year. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much for that super chat there. I appreciate that. And we appreciate you, man, coming through, pumping through on the chipping side of the game. We definitely appreciate that side of the game. On the front ender, we appreciate that, And yes, sir. So, if you don't know, when we have super chats, if you say shots, if you put shots in the super chats, we have funds for shots. Otherwise, we can just bump it through. It depends on what you want to do, He says, chip inside of the game. Good, good, good. Thank you very much, handsome man. Great supporter. And we spread the love over here, Some people, we spread the love over here. It's like, some people, he actually comes from another live streamer, but I share love with him, he share love with me, and we all just get on as much as we can, you know what I mean? And we do as much as we can. So what we do with something like that, we're doing 2-for-1 shots over here, and we do a little bit of shots just to lighten up the mood a little bit. When you are here, just lighten up the mood, make everybody feel a little bit more merry. I'm feeling a little bit more happier, and we don't get mild drunk, we just get a little bit merry, get a little bit happy. And at the moment, we're doing 2 shots for the price of for £5 of the Jim Beam, and we also have a cocktail. So what we're doing today, I'm keeping as focused as I can. So what we're doing today, we got a cocktail side of the game, and I'm gonna be 100% focused today. So we put this in a cocktail. Like this, 1 shot there, and then we put another one like this, another shot there. So we have a little bit of a cocktail. We got 4 shots there, and that's the way we do it. Just keep us a little bit merry. This is our cocktail of the night, and so that's the way we do it over here. If you do support the cause, then we appreciate you, handsome man. We appreciate you for starting off the cocktail side of the game. That's our cocktail for the night, so we can sip this every night. Anybody else who wants to chip in through the night, you're welcome to down at the Club Fillers Inc. Cheers, handsome man. Yeah. So like I said, so we we turn up every night down at the live streaming game. And tonight we're having a fun thing when it comes to the live streaming award. And what it is, it's like this. And it is made up from me, from the boss. And what I want to see, the categories are like this. These are the categories: is your consistency of how much you live stream throughout the year. I mean, from January straight back to December, how much you live stream. That's consistency. That means that I'm looking at somebody who's live streaming 5 to 6 times a week, who's a proper live streamer, who's a full-time live streamer, who really, really dedicated. And if you put it into that category, then you can understand there's people which they're not full-time live streamers. They live stream once in a while, or once a week, or once a month. And with that kind of category, you're more of a vlogs person. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's great to be a vlogs person. So if you don't see your name on this award we're playing with, is the fact that you're not 100% full time live streaming. You're just basically you're mixing your live stream between your vlogs. And as I said to you, it's people do very great with mixing their live streams and their vlogs at the same time and live stream it whenever they can. But there is other categories of guys which really do dedicate themselves to this live streaming game, and they put 100% effort into it. And we want to give them their flowers. We want to give them an appreciation for putting in 100% effort throughout the year. I mean, live streaming 6 days, 5 days a week is not easy. Some people doing 7 days a week. 7 days a week, non-stop, and we want to give them their appreciation for putting in that much effort to the live streaming game. If you know anything about live streaming, it can be very mentally and physically draining. And when you put in that much effort into it, it can take over your whole life as a full-time job, more than just a 9 to 5 job. If you have a 9 to 5 job, you work for 8 hours, and you go home and you come back. Weekends is yours, and 8 hours you're finished. When you have your own business, your live streaming game, constantly got to think about boosting how you can make it as professional as you can, how you can make it as advanced as you can. It's your own kind of business, your own thing, and it can be very difficult. So people who consistently put in the work, and then the second category is revenue. Revenue. Who comes up with the most revenue? Because one thing I know about life is that I see you, Jay Smith, coming through. Good to see you, Jay Smith, coming through. One of the legends at the Club Fillers Inc. He's a legend. When we call him a legend, he's one of the guys which come down every night. He supports the cause on the super chat side again. He comes down, he gets involved with the chat, he gets involved with the conversation, and he's here more or less 5-6 times a week. And we call him legends over here at the Club Fillers Inc. So he's one of the legends here. London Cabby, that's what I see. Another legend coming through, definitely. And like I said, I don't choose sides for who's legends and who's not legends. And I don't choose sides for who's number one legend or number two legend. As long as you come down every night, or not every night, more or less 4 or 5 times a week, and you support the cause, get involved in the chat, then so that's another one of my legends is London Cabby. If you don't know, we call him legends or we call him pillars. One of the two. Pillars, the ones that hold up your club. So that's another one. Big up London Cabby, very good supporter. Yeah, Baron's another one. A very, very good, very good pillar of the community. Very, very good pillar of the community. Comes down every night, supports the cause in every way. He gets involved with the chat, and he also supports on the super chat side of the game. And he, a very good pillar. That's three pillars back to back, which get down. Come down here. So that's 3 of our pillars. So I see you there, Shauna Prawn. Good to see you there, Shauna Prawn. He's another one that gets involved good with the chat. He gets involved with the chipping side of the game over here at the Club Fillers Inc. And if I've missed anybody, I think I've missed Jeed. Good to see you there, Jeed. He's coming over from Broke Farran's channel. If you don't know Broke Farran, he has a YouTube channel called Broke Farran, and he's one of his moderators. He's a good moderator. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. Comes over. We always welcome everybody from every moderator, all the YouTubers. Anybody who's a YouTuber can come on this channel and come and say hello and come and just say, hey, what are you doing, Bear? How you doing? I'm just passing by to say what's up, or, come and by. And so he comes by sometime, and everybody's welcome from every channel to come here. And you can even give your channel a shout out. Who cares? We spread love. You can even give your channel a shout out wherever you're representing. Wherever you're representing. Right. Okay. London Cabby's come through with a gifted membership. We appreciate that. And if you know what gifted membership is, it's like basically you can go if you've got a desktop, you go on a desktop, you open up where you're going to pay for a super chat, and a super chat is something where if you give a little bit of a tip, it's a tick box, and there's a part that says gifted membership, where you can gift the membership to anybody in the chat. It gives it out randomly, and London Cabby has done that now, and the person who's got it is exposed by DWP, and if that is the exposed, I think that person has been donating and doing a lot of that. So, boy, we appreciate you, London Cabby, for your gifted membership there. So that's just one part you can support as well. I see you there, Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper's a guy who coming over from. He's coming over from Cheap Charlie's channel. He's a moderator on Cheap Charlie's channel. So we have different people from different channels coming over. And I mean, Ghost Pepper's another good guy. Comes over, keeps it positive, keeps it together, and another good guy. Right, so I carry on. If I missed anybody, so hold on. So yeah, so like I said, so we there is different categories for. So the next one is revenue. Now, the revenue is depends on how much revenue you've made throughout the whole year, and have you kept your revenue consistent. Now, one thing is like about this award thing is I can't number. Men lie. They say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So I've done the maths. I've done the math, and the numbers don't lie. I mean, I can't make it up. I only can say, well, what you've done, and what I've seen. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So we're gonna get to the numbers at the end of the day, and whether you agree or disagree is up to you. I see that in the poll section that Ben Newton's winning at the moment. He's coming through very good with Ben Newton Chronicles. He's actually Street Life Asia, and Street Life Asia is winning on the poll with 43%, which is good. Book Friends coming 36%. The night is still young, so you never know how it can go. But Street Life Asia is. He might come in the chat. I have unbanned him, and he's available to come in the chat if he wants to. You can get used to his channel. That's what he's with. So Street Life Asia is called. I should have put Street Life Asia in there as well, but So yeah, so there's so like I said, the second one is revenue. Now, one thing you got to understand about me, they call me Barry, the boss of the community. I'm watching every revenue. I'm watching your consistency, and I'm watching your focusedness. That's what I'm doing. So I'm watching every last thing, and I'm studying everything. So the revenue, and that's another category that which you will see what you're in. How has your revenue been throughout the whole year of 2022? That will we will and with this award you'll see the numbers. I'll show you the numbers when I put it up on the screen. It will come up with the numbers of what I think what is the number of what your consistency is, what your revenue is, what is your focusedness like. You'll see that, and you can make decisions for yourself. So the second one is revenue. B Moran is another one. He's coming over from. He's got his own channel. He's got a YouTube channel as well. B Moran, he's got his own channel. He's got his own YouTube channel, and he does it with a. He's got a beautiful lady from Thailand, and more or less they do their YouTube together. So you can subscribe to B Moran as well. It's another one who's coming over from somewhere else, and like I said, so. And he says Ben always wins. Okay, good, good, good. We like winners over here. So whoever's a winner, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day. So the revenue side of it, and the revenue side of it is what you've done throughout the whole year. How has your revenue been from January straight back through to December? How was your revenue? Now that comes a bit like with consistency. I mean, not necessarily, but more or less, what you put in is what you're going to get back. So if you put in a lot of work in this YouTube, we call it YouTube Streets, and you're going to have to get used to some of these sayings. And the reason why we call it YouTube Streets is because it's just a slang to say YouTube Streets. And if you put in a lot of work in this YouTube Streets, your revenue is gonna reflect on how much work you've put in. So if it's going to reflect on it. It's going to reflect on your all-time analytics at the end of the year. It's going to reflect on it. So your input becomes your output. And we'll see what categories there. Who's had the most revenue? Who's had the most revenue? Throughout the year? Can anybody put in the chat who do you think's had the most revenue this year, 2022? Can anybody put that in? Well, I keep going. Anybody could put in who do you think's had uh, the most revenue of 2022? And so the revenue is important, and it will reflect on that. And the next category is focusedness. This is very important because if you can have one, you can have two, but if you haven't got the other, you're going to see in numbers. Focusedness is very important when it comes to business. When it comes to business, you have to try to push yourself towards how much focus you are. Reflects on your revenue, reflects on your consistency, and reflects on how your whole business is running. It depends how focused you are. The more focusedness can that last thing called focusedness can determine the whole last next tree. You can determine how much revenue you have, determine how much consistency you have. Sort of the focusedness is extremely important. And we're going to go through who's been focused throughout the whole year, focused on their live streaming business as a business, focused, focus as a business, and how focused you've been. We're going to go through that. Who's been the most focused throughout the whole year? And the numbers are there. The numbers are there, and so we're going to go through that's the three categories we're going to go through of number of the live streaming game of the live streaming of 2022. We are talking about 2022, and it's gone past now. So, right. So, okay, I see you there, Bootleg. Good to see you. There's another guy who comes down every night. And all the members which are here, good to see you. Good to see you. Don't be afraid to say something in the chat if you are around or you want to say something, don't be afraid. And 17 minutes into the live stream. Let's get into it. Let's get into let's get to the bottom line of the situation. Let's get to the bottom line. Look, there is somebody said earlier that certain people and I'll explain it now. I'll explain it now. I didn't put certain people into this live streaming game, and there is a reason behind it. There is definitely a reason. Let's get to number one. Look, it's like this. And some people said, "Oh, Cheap Charlie should be in the category." I didn't want to put Cheap Charlie in the category because I think it would kind of give the game away, and I think it would kind of and if you don't know who Cheap Charlie is, he's somebody who's helped the whole community and he's helped all of us to make our channels grow, and he's actually led the way in a sense of, and we call him the GOAT. I mean, I was actually the first one that called him the GOAT, but I don't take categories for being the first one, but we call him the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And he's actually the guy who helped he's the umbrella of the whole of us, who helped us to make all of our channels, believing that you can be a full-time live streamer and take a revenue from it and be successful. And just sometimes you just need that see that one person who's positive. He's very positive. He doesn't get involved in drama. He doesn't get. He's loved by everybody in the community, and he's helped everybody to grow their YouTube channel. He's helped everybody. So I didn't want to put him in the category. I don't think it was right to put him in the categories of because I just put him as he's always going to be the GOAT. That's what we put it like that, and then we can play with it like that. And like I said, you can check out his channel. He's got Club Filler. He's got Cheap Charlie Chronicles. He's got Billy Blue, and he's got a food channel as well. So like I said, he's there's I don't think there's anybody on this live streaming game he hasn't helped to grow their channel. And if you do want to grow your channel, go and check out his channel. Go onto his channel. He'll help you grow your channel. He'll help you. He's still growing channels till today, even to, he's growing channels till today. I've seen him grow a couple channels, and because he grew somebody else's channel, other people are getting their channels coming up and going. So, there ain't nobody he hasn't helped. So if you do want to grow your channel, he will help you. He will help you to grow your channel. He will give you a shout out. He'll give you that lead. He'll give you the baton. And, you can take it from there. So Billy Blue, big up to Billy Blue. He is in the category, Yeah, he's in the category, like I said. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, and like I said, there is, if you're talking about somebody who just came in the game, and we can talk about upstarts, somebody who's an upstart is, I will give him a shout out. I'll give him a shout out. His name, I'll give him a shout out. Who's an upstart who came in the game and got his clout from Cheap Charlie. You know what I mean? And he's doing some great things in the community. So Cheap Charlie's still bringing people in. You know what I mean? He's still bringing people in to this day. And then we got Paul over there as well, who fed off somebody else. So you see, it just takes one person to bring someone else in, and then that person brings that other person, and then it grows like that. So that's how the categories goes. Right. Okay. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. You know what I mean? Righty ho, let's keep it going. If you have any questions, you have anything to say, put it in the chat, and we can talk about it. Right. Yes, sir. Righty ho. And so let's get what's that one out of the way. Let's keep going. Okay. Now this is we're not going to be talking about. We're not going to be talking about. There was a girly bar called Sexy Bar, and I put them as the best girly bar of 2022. They've kept live streaming every single day, which actually, they've actually led the way for live streaming every single day, 6 to 8 hours a day, and they live stream and they keep it very focused. They keep it very together. They keep it. Their revenue shows in what they do. And if you're talking about for Thailand, I definitely would say that Sexy Bar or CX Bar, whatever we want to put it, is live streamer of the year for the girly bars. If you don't know who Sexy Bar is, check it out on YouTube. It's spelled CS3XY Bar. Paria. Check it out live. That's what they are. And they are, I put them as the best live streaming bar of the year. And I've checked all the live streaming, but like I said, there's many girly live streams, but the focusness, the revenue, and when it comes down to how consistent you are, I would say the best is Sexy Bar. So that's my opinion. All right. Okay. Right, we're not in competition night tonight. We're just having a little bit of fun. And like I said, this is just fun, guys. It's just entertainment and it's just fun. So please don't take it too personal. We're just having a little bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? And everybody's got a right to their opinion. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I mean? Right. So there you go. Okay. Okay. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. Boss, okay. Righty-ho, let's get into, okay. Righty-ho. Okay, that is the categories there. Okay, and one more. We have got upstarters, and I'll go into the upstarters. We've got upstarters in this game of live streaming game. People who's come in the game and hasn't just came in the last month or two, and they're doing very well. They've been doing very well, and they're picking up their game, and the game is always changing. So this next year could be some new upstarters. So it could be some new upstarters coming along, and I will upstarts coming along and doing their live streaming game. So the game could change next year, and I'm going to name the three. I'm going to name the three one by one in no particular order. There is three of them, and the three I'm going to name is Chris Travels. He's an upstart. He just came in the game, the live streaming game for the last month or two, and he was brought in by Cheap Charlie, and we're going to talk about him. And we got another one. It's called Smoke Bar Patong. He's rubbed off from Chris Travels. You see how the game is like. We bring one person and he's rubbed off from the Cheap Charlie, and then we got Toronto Skyscraper Blog, who's rubbed off from our channel from Club Fillers Inc. And so them three are starters in the game. And if you don't, like I said, if you don't see their name on there, it's because they just came in the game. They've just come in. They haven't been in 6 months. They haven't shown themselves a whole year, 6 months. People who's been, they haven't shown themselves. And like I said, 2023, they might come through and show some 100% dedication, focusedness, consistency. Take the crown for the for consistency and revenue and focusedness next year. Because oh man, one of these guys, they changed their game. They became consistent. They became this, and they've knocked other people off the chart. So them three upstarters, and I wish them all the best. And I wish that I think they do something. They're great guys. I think they could be great potential to be great live streamers. And I wish that they can just put the effort in and put as much effort in as you can, and it's enjoyable watching them. Yeah. Okay. All right. So right, there you go. So righty-ho. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if somebody says, if I'm not reading your comment, someone says, why are you not reading the comment? We're not going to get into too much of the controversial thing, but if you want to say something, if you want to ask me any questions, you can. Let's get it in. And we are going to get it going on very soon. We're going to get it going on. Okay. We're going to get it going on very soon, and we're going to get into the categories very soon. So there's another 4 minutes, and then we're going to get into who the top five. Because we're not going to be messing about tonight. We want to chat, righty ho, and we'll see what's happening with the poll. Ben Newton is still winning at 43%. Brock Ferran's at 34%. NDIT 13%. Club is 9%. Okay. Right, I see you there, Brent L. He's coming over from Broke Farang. Let me get it right. Sorry, Broke Farang's channel. Very good supporter of Broke Farang. Very good, supporter. He comes over, like I said. Other YouTubers and other supporters can come onto my channel, and they're welcome to join in with the chat and join in. We can spread love. We spread love over here. So he's another one. What comes over as a great supporter. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. T-home. And like I did say, there's a category of best mod. Someone else did say that. Someone else did say that about being best mod of the year. I didn't do the best mod of the year. I mean, that is going to be kind of difficult to point who could be the best mod of the year. I mean, but I wouldn't even know where to start. Who's the best mod? There's some great mods out there, and I don't really want to be biased because I've got some great mods. So I don't want to be biased. I don't want to go down that road. Maybe someone else could do mod of the year. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, let's keep going. So let's go into let's go with Crow. I see you, Crow's another one. This is a very good super chat of the Club Fillers Inc. this year. Very good supporter, very good supporter of the of Club Fillers Inc. And he's done some really good throughout the whole year. He supported us in a great way. So I'll give you a shout out without a doubt. Here we go, supporting the cause, single man side of the game lifestyle. Yeah, if you don't know what that means that SMSOTG stands for single man side of the game. And lifestyle, just a lifestyle for a man which is single. That's all it stands for. And big up for your 5 soldiers, for your 10 Aussie soldiers. We appreciate that. And what we do with that now, like that's we do with that. We have a couple of shots, but that's going into the cocktail, because we are not going to get too drunk today before we start our 5-point bulletin. So we always spread back some love. What it is, this looks like a token of a little appreciation back to the guys who support the cause. If you don't know what I'm doing, you might think, why is this guy pouring out drinks? Well, we just just a little bit of a token of a give back to say, okay, we appreciate it. And that encourages other people to say, all right, I want to get the boss a little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk, a little bit tipsy as well. So it encourages people to super chat. We're going to put that in there. We're not going to get too drunk tonight. I mean, we're going to be, we are going to do that. We'll get it later. Okay, if we are. Cheers, Brent L. You know what I mean? Cheers. So that encourages other people to support as well. Support and send some shots and have a little bit of fun with that. So that's what that does when some people send super chats. If you don't know what we do, it's just a little bit of a, if you want to call it a gimmick or something, which what helps people. It helps people to have fun while they send super chats, and it does boost the channel. It does boost it. There's some people will open up champagne, will send me £100 for champagne. There's some people will send me shots for drinks, and over here. So. Before we get into the category, that was a sexy bar thing. Let me take that down. Sexy bar has won that for the year. So before we get into the 5-point bulletin, what I teach on my channel, and what my core of my channel is a single man's travel channel. And what we do we talk about smelling good, looking good, and being the best version of ourselves. And that is one of my slogans. And sometimes I pull out of aftershave and I say, look, right in front of you. I encourage people to say, look, you can buy yourself a little aftershave, and you can smell good. You can smell good like this. Spray a little bit. You'd be surprised. You're smelling good. You're looking good. You're a nice, clean shave. You got a nice shirt on. You're smelling good. You're looking good. You're being the best version of yourself. So I've got to be an example to everybody else, and everybody else. And if I could just encourage one person to say, well, no, what? That's right. I don't need to look like a dustbin on a live stream. I don't need to look all rough. Barry says, the boss says, look, smell good, look good, put on a nice shirt, and smell good, look good, be the best version of yourself. If I can encourage some people to do that, then that's as an older person, that's what I should be doing, encouraging people to do better and better their life. Right, guys, we're going to get into this category of the Club Fillers Inc. I made up this person. This is SMSOTG. I made up the SMSOTG lifestyle, and I also put it into a mod. I made them a moderator, and this is part of my channel. This is another pillar of mine, another pillar. SMSOTG. I have 7 pillars. This is one of them, and good to see you there, SMSOTG, who comes down, gets involved with the chat, and supports the cause in every kind of way, most 6 to 7 days a week. That's another one of my pillars, which I built my 7 pillars. I built that myself. You see, everything which I build on my channel, guys, I want to be proud of. I want to be proud of. And I said, there's nothing wrong with other people coming to your channel and building up your channel, but I want to build something that I'm proud of, that I worked hard for. And I'm proud of that. I built that myself, and I worked hard, and I did it myself. You know what I mean? I didn't have to thief it from someone else. I didn't have to talk down to someone else. I didn't have to destroy someone else's channel to get it. I just worked hard, and I built it. And it came together. So SMSOTG is an important part of it as well. And you could buy the SMSOTG t-shirts as well. Right, guys, we're going to have to get into these categories of the 5-point bullet, the 5-point bulletin tonight, and the 5-point bulletin is the categories. If you don't agree with just put it in the chat. If you don't agree with these 5-point bulletins and what happens at the end of the night, put it in the chat. If you have anything else to say, put it in the chat. Support the cause in any way you can, when you want to. You know what I mean? We appreciate the person who's supporting, by the way. Let's get into it, guys. Time waits for no man. Let's get into it. Stick around. We're going to have some fun. If you want to have some fun, stick around at the Club Fillers Inc. Guys, a guy who came in this game, which I personally think of 2022, he could have won. To me, I think he could have actually won number one live streamer of the year, personally. I'm not exactly sure whether he's changed his direction and changed it into doing clubbing and doing other things which he could do. I know he's doing bar crawls and different things. He's changed his direction. Throughout the C19, he was very, very good at what he did. He was very good, and he was coming up in the ranks very lot. He's got a community over there of a few people, a lot of people, and his name is Buzzing TV. If you check out his channel, Buzzing TV. Now, the biggest thing that came with him was his consistency. He kind of fell off consistency. He was doing 3 or 4, 5, 6, 5 or 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and he was doing very well. But his consistency went down. And now he does live streaming maybe 2 times a week, sometimes 1 time a week. And because of your consistency, when you start pulling down your consistency that far to 1 time a week or 2 times a week, you're kind of coming out of being a live streamer. You're kind of coming into the category of being a vlogger. You're being a vlogger, and he does make good vlogs. Don't get me wrong. Buzzing TV does some great vlogs. He does some great live streams. He's a great YouTuber, and the guy name is Trevor. He's a great guy. But as I said, we're talking numbers over here. The numbers are consistency 4. He has dropped down his consistency to 1 time a week. So 4 for his consistency. Let's talk about revenue. Now, his revenue was massive when he was doing a lot of live streaming, and his revenue has cut down a lot. His revenue has come down because, as I said to you before, your consistency can tell about how much revenue you're going to have. That's just the way it goes down. And if you're consistent and you keep doing something, your input will determine your output. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And so his revenue has gone down to 5 because he's only live streaming 1 time a week. So it's gone down to 5. Where, as I said, I think he could have won this year if he did keep up with doing live streaming, 5 to 6 times a week. I think he could have won. He's doing very well, but he dropped down, and his revenues dropped down. His focusedness is very good. Very good focus. Not gonna lie, Buzzing TV's focus. He's very focused on his live streaming. He's very good at what he does, and he's very focused when he does live streaming. His videos is on point, and everything is on point of what he says, and so his focus. This is 8. You see, his focus is high. He's very focused. And so it's just if he worked on his consistency and he worked on he would change his revenue, and then he would come up in the game. Tell me what you think about number 5. Number 5, that is number 5. Number 5, okay. Okay, there you go. Right, T-Ho, okay. Okay, right, there you go. So let's keep it moving. Okay, right, T-Ho, there you go. So that is Buzzing TV. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because time waits for no man. That's Buzzing TV. Well, would this be? Are you not ready for the next one? Are you ready for the next one? Can I get ones in the chat? Okay, shall I do ones in the chat? Can I get ones in the chat? A couple ones. All I need is about 5 ones in the chat for the next one because I think the next one's going to surprise you. Can I get 5 ones in the chat? Just 5 ones in the chat because the next one's going to surprise you. So all I need is 5 ones in the chat to say, okay, we got 5 ones in the chat because the next one is going to surprise you. You guys are going to be surprised about the next one. Okay, right, see-ho. Okay, right, we got some ones in the chat for the next one, the next category. As I said to you guys, we're only working on numbers here. We're only working on numbers. I don't make the numbers, and I don't make these things up. All right, let's go. Number 4, coming up at number 4 in the live streaming game is Ben Newton. Chronicles, as he calls himself, and his channel is Street Live Asia. Right. Now, he has one on the poll. He definitely has one on the poll, but we're going to talk numbers here. He has one on the poll. Let's talk numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Now, consistency, you can't take it away from Ben. He's up there with number 8 for consistency live streaming 5 to 6 times a week. He's got numbers are good on the consistency of live streaming. So his numbers are up there at 8, and it's still a good number. He's still got good numbers, even though he's come out at number 4, but he's still got good numbers. You know what I'm saying? His consistency is, he does consistency live stream, sometimes 2 live streams a day. So he's consistent, and he's very consistent. And his revenue is very high. His revenue is probably one of the highest in the category. So he even wins when it comes to revenue at 9. 9 for revenue in the community. He's one of the biggest earners in the community. So his revenue is very high. So you can see where you're going wrong. If your consistency is so high, your revenue is so high at 9. I mean, you could actually win. You could actually win this. You should have actually won. What lets him down is because focusedness. His focusedness. Your focusedness is all completely to a 2. There's no focus. I'm not being rude, but the focusedness is a 2. You've got to be focused, bro. You've got to be focused. Now, if he did just focus a little bit more, he could have won everyone. Now, focus on your live stream and focus on what you're doing, exactly what you're doing, and where you're going, and bring something great to the table. There are some people who really bring something great to the table. I mean, if you think about something like uh, NDITV, look at their focus. Look at their focus. Just look at their focus. They're very high up in focusness with their equipment and what they do and what they bring to the table, how they present themselves, and everything else. That alone puts them in a very high focusness. You know what I mean? So that's number four. That's number four. So consistency sleeping. Okay, right. That's number four. I mean, like I said, I knew that was going to be cause a little bit of controversy. You know what I mean? But as I said, numbers don't lie. It is the way it is, and like I said, don't take nothing away from Ben Newton. Ben Newton, he's still got high numbers. He's still got high numbers. He's still got very high numbers. You know what I mean? He's still consistently very good. His revenue is excellent. His excellent revenue, and he's still so. If he focused next year properly focused, he could really come up in the category. Yeah. Mm. Someone says Ben Fillers Inc. is number one. Okay, right. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. We appreciate your super chat there, man. I appreciate that, and we appreciate what you said there. Okay. Right. Okay. There you go. So we are we moving on? Are we moving on to number three down at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight? Okay. Let's move on to number three, which is another one which you might be a little bit surprised at. Number three is NDITV. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they should have definitely won last year. They should have won. That's without a doubt. When it comes to NDITV, I think what the thing is, what got them is the same category what happened to um, Buzzing TV. When Thailand opened and people was allowed to open their bars, they wasn't as consistent as they was during the C19. Now you're talking about consistency. People who are live streaming 6 days a week, putting in the effort, and now they've turned their live stream into once a week. So they got a four for once a week live streaming. And like I said, that's comes down to consistency. Now, because of your consistency of only once a week is going to affect your revenue, as what I said, it's always going to affect your revenue. So their revenue is at 8, which is still high. It's still high. It's still a high revenue because they have memberships, and their memberships they have memberships, and their memberships they do very good at memberships. They have a lot of members, and that could bring your revenue right up. That could bring you up more than if you're a super chat. So they have good members. They have a good channel. They have good. So their revenue is still high. Now their focusedness is 10. You can't take it away from their focusedness, from what they bring to the table on this live streaming game. It's very hard to beat them for equipment. It's very hard to beat them for focusedness and how they bring and present it. The way they present their live stream, and they do a live stream every Sunday. I think it's 10 o'clock UK time if you want to watch it. Their focusedness is 10. That's without a doubt. They are 100. They are 100% focused on the ball. And like I said, if I'm not. I said if they wanted to be number one, they could up their game if they want to, and they could they could actually come in at number number one. That's my opinion. Right, T-Ho. Okay, right. Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Right, T-Ho. Can anybody tell me what's number two? Can anybody tell me who's number two at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel? Let's get some words in. Who's at number two at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight? Okay. Being focused. Right. So, who's at number two? This is an interesting one. Like I said, so this is an interesting one. There we go. Right. Right. Yo. Let's get to number two at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight. Like I did say from the beginning, Chris Travels and Smoke Bar Baton and Toronto Brad is upstarters in the game. They haven't put consistently through the whole year of live streaming, so we cannot put them in a category. You cannot be an upstart when other people has come in this game and consistently live stream for 2022. Let's see what happens for the end of 2022. All due respect to them, but you have to pay your dues, my man. First, you have to work it in. You'll have to work it in. I see it in Mickey Berkshire, very good live stream, very good supporter of the Club Fillers Inc. Again, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, someone says this. Someone says this. Someone says Broke Farang. Someone says Broke Farang at number two. Broke Farang at number two. That's what somebody says is going to be number two. Like I said, somebody who's consistently live streaming throughout the year for consistency, who's taking their YouTube channel very serious. Okay, someone says Broke Farang. Let's get to number one at the club. Number two at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight. Okay, let's get it going on. Club Fillers Inc., the boss of the community, is at number two. Now we can break this one down. And you don't have to agree with it, but we can break it down. Consistency. I think no one could contest that. For turning up every single night, 9 o'clock UK time, I've kept it consistent throughout the whole year. Consistent. And it's very difficult to hold the time zone down and keep going throughout the whole year consistently, throughout the whole year. You know what I mean? And I've done that. So as far as I'm concerned, I put a 10 out of 10 effort in to keep my consistently going 4 or 5 times a week, 6 times a week, sometimes 7, many times 7 times a week. I've done 7 days a week all the time, consistently turning up every single day. That is Club Fillers Inc. Revenue, now, we really struggle with revenue. We struggled last year with revenue. We struggled again this year with revenue. Our revenue is at 5. And that's something we need to work on because our revenue is low. And our revenue has taken us to number 2 spot this year. That's what it is. This is what it's done. Is that because our revenue is always low, it's taken us to number 2 spot this year. You understand? So we got work to do when it comes to revenue. You know what I mean? We got work to do. Focusness, 8. As far as I'm concerned, I'm focused. The only thing I would say is that I could travel more. I should travel more. But when it comes to focusing on my live streaming and bringing to the table, I would say 8. The reason why I give myself an 8 is because I am focused on what I do and I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just that I don't travel enough. If you can't put yourself at 9 or 10, unless you're traveling, and then you're focusing and you're doing videos, you're doing vlogs, you're putting the work in 100%, then you can say, give yourself that. So, numbers don't lie. Consistency is the one what got us up at this category. Consistency. You see what I'm saying? You see where other people fell off. The consistency and fell off when it comes to focusness is because that's what it is. You got to get it right. You got to get the focusness right. You know what I mean? You got to get the focusness right. Right, there you go. Righty-ho, let's go to number 1 down at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight. Let's get into number 1. Can anybody put in the chat who is number 1 at the Club Fillers Inc.?
Yeah.
One at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel. Like it or love it or hate it. Broke Farang's consistency has been number 10. This is where last year, where the year before, his consistency let him down. Now, in 2022, I don't know what he done, but he brought up his consistency very high, and he's been live streaming every single day. He's been pulling it in 6 days a week, and this is where we lost it in two categories. We lost it because of the consistency, and I'm not going to talk about myself, but the consistency. If you can't deny that his consistency is 10. He put it in 6 days, 6 days a week, every single night, every single day, putting it in with his consistency. And you can't knock him for that. His consistency is there. He's definitely stepped it up this year. He stepped up his consistency. Like he watched the live stream last year and said, "Well, I'm going to work on the consistency," and his consistency is 10. If anybody don't know the revenue, I mean, when it comes to Broke Farang, there's nobody makes more revenue in the live streaming game consistently throughout the whole year. There's nobody does. You can't deny that one. Like I said, Ben Newton was at 9. For the revenue for Broke Farang, what he does and what he brings to the table, and the money that he comes up with, the revenue that he comes up with. If you was to look at everybody's analytics, I'm sure he would be up number 1. I'm sure he would be in the live streaming game. You know what I mean? And the revenue is 10. It has to be 10 because he makes the most money out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no one else makes more money. Like I said, Ben Newton comes up high, but and he does high, but he doesn't get as much money as Broke Farang. Now, even though he's number 1 and his revenue is high and he's at 10, he's high and he's at number 1. Let's talk about his focusness. Now, his focusness is Broke Farang focusness is good. All right. The only thing is that sometimes people don't want to hear about controversial too much. Now that could bring down your focusness, because some people don't want to hear about they don't want to hear about controversial. Some people might not like it. They might not like you being controversial. Now I know controversial can bring views, it can bring super chats, it can bring in, but some people might think, oh, this is too controversial for me. This is basically too much drama. This is too much. This could be a war zone. You know what I'm saying? There's a war going over here. But I'm just saying, so your numbers are going to start going down because, you know what I mean? Your focusness, you got to focus on what you're doing. You got to focus on what you're doing in the war zone. You got to, you're basically not going to speak about it. Me personally, I don't speak about it. There's a lot of things going in my life. I don't speak about it on my YouTube channel. You just try and keep it quiet and focus on what's going on all around you. Don't focus on there is dramas. There's always going to be dramas, but if you focus on it too much, it can actually bring down your channel, your numbers. Broke Farang's number 1, guys. That's what I put it down to. Tell me what you think of this. This is the of 2023. Numbers don't lie, guys. I can sit here as much as you want to sit here and say someone should be number 1 and someone there. I'm just going by numbers. Well, tell me what you think. Someone says Ben's number 1. Let's see. We can go through the numbers again one more time. Like I said, Buzzing TV is at 4, and that comes up at 9, 17 focused. Ben Newton's coming up at 19 on the numbers there. The revenue consistency going on 19, right? And the ITV consistency 4, 8, 12, 22. You see, just slightly above, just slightly above, where I definitely think they could have been number 1 if they did step it up a little bit. 22 at the numbers. Now, Club Fillers Inc. consistency 10. You see, this is what gets us. Our revenue let us down at 5. That's 15. And the focusness, because our focus is so high, 23. Just 1 above NDI TV. Just one above. I think it's because of the consistency, or gave us that little bit of an edge on it. You know what I mean? It gave us a little revenues. They've got much more better revenue than us. But, the consistency and the focusedness is there. So that's coming up at 23. And coming up at, where we go, consistency is 10. Revenue is 10. and focusedness is 7, coming up 27. Numbers don't lie, guys. Money. So tell me what you think. Let's get into the chit chat about what do you think about it. That is what the 5 point bulletin tonight at the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel tonight. That is Street Life Asia. That's his channel, Ben Newton Chronicles. That's his channel there. If you want to subscribe to his channel, go subscribe to his channel. Let's get into talking about what's going down. What do you lot think? I'll keep it neutral. Let's see what goes down. Thanks for sticking around, guys. And this is the 2022 poll. Let's get into it. Like,
yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Hey, the Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel, having some fun, and we're having some fun. We are. Tell me what you think. What's going on? Ben is here. I might go live and pick up my royalty check. Okay, well there you go. There you go. Well, we had some fun today. A little bit of fun. It was, it was interesting. Interesting polls and interesting what's going down in the community and what's going down. Yes, sir. Yeah. So Ben said he might go live and pick up his royalty check. Okay. We have got a nice little cocktail going on here. I can have a drink now. Now I've done my I've done my 5. That was a very intense 5 point bulletin, by the way, guys. I didn't want to get too tipsy and get crazy while I'm doing that kind of 5 point bulletin. I wanted to keep as focused as I could because it could you have to keep focused on that situation. You know what I mean? To get it right, so people understand where you're coming from. Big up to all the guys. Big up to all the guys who was who was in the categories and who's doing lives and doing live streaming. Live streaming is a great thing. Thanks, guys, whoever supported on the super chat side of the game. Appreciate it. Right, I can calm down. Now, live streaming, like guys, listen. There's a lot of people who wasn't on the categories because I don't see them as consistently live streaming throughout the year. Some people are just vloggers, and there ain't nothing wrong with being a vlogger. There ain't nothing wrong with being vlogs and doing vlogs throughout the year. But there's some people who are dedicated live streamers, focused into the game. It's 100% in this thing to the end. You know what I mean? And they're focused, they're dedicated, and they're bringing out the revenue, they're bringing out the consistency, they're live streaming every day, they're putting the work in, and they put a whole load of work in. You know what I mean? They put a lot of work in. And like I said, it's very difficult because there's loads of people what could have been on the list, but they're not live streamers. They're more like vloggers. And if you're a vlogger, that's cool. That's cool. You can be a vlogger and do some great things. You know what I mean? So. So like I said on the poll, someone says Ben won on the poll. That means Ben won. Well, you can't. The thing about the poll is this. You can manufacture the poll, can't you? You can easily manufacture a poll. Someone could come down and spam down. You could just get 50 accounts, spam down the poll. Yeah, let's spam down the poll and manufacture it. You can easily manufacture, and it's the same thing I said. I said, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. So you might be able to manufacture the poll, but you can't manufacture what the numbers are. You know what I mean? There you go. Step apart from the Thailand community. Any more is that right? Okay. Have some man. Step apart from the Thailand community. Any more is that right? Yeah. Any more is that right? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there. I kind of got completely, can't manufacture real numbers, guys. Yeah, you can't manufacture real numbers, 100%. You can't, you know. You know, does Ben get a free consultation from the boss? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, like I said, Ben has had many consultations, and like I said, I don't really think he needs it. I think he's, I don't think he needs it. I think he's doing good. It's just about the focusedness. That's all it is. If you want to be just, if your categories are that high, you got that much high, consistency is high like that. Your revenue is that high. Just work on your focusedness, and that's it. I mean, that's it. If he was very high up in the category. So that's all you got to do is work on one thing, and then, boy, here you go. Okay, that's what I said, So, like I did say, drop the link. Let's number one on. Yeah, I mean, if somebody you don't want to drop the link, people be saying drop the link. You can get kind of. I don't want to lose the stream, guys. So if I do drop the links, I must make it clear, guys. Please, whoever comes on the chat, don't come on and be trolling or doing anything crazy. I know this is the Thailand community, and anything can happen at any time. You know what I mean? I don't really want to lose the stream. I want to keep the stream, or at least put it on the members only section. So if I do drop the link for someone, any YouTuber wants to come on, but they don't usually come on anyway. So they don't really want to see the boss too much. So, but if you do want to come, I will drop the link and we can discuss it. But please keep it as civil as possible. I must say that, please, because I don't want to lose. I don't want to have to bring down. I've worked hard today to get this poll going. I thought a lot about it to get this award ceremony going. I don't want to just lose it because someone just came along to have fun, I said so. Please keep it as keep your etiquette as possible. There's the link there. Whoever wants to come on, and we're having fun. Yeah, so there you go. There's the link. Whoever wants to come on, whoever wants to talk about it, and everybody wants to have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? There you go. Right. Okay. Paul came into the genre a week ago, and he's views streams now. Does this amount to the genre? Okay. Sorry, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. Good question there. You said, boss. Good to see you there, Tommy. You always come with some good questions, boss. Paul came into the genre a week ago, and he has some views as a streamer now. What does it say about the genre and the cake? Well, where did he come from? That's what you got to ask yourself. He never just popped into the genre and that was it. He was brought. This is what happened. This is Smoke. His name is Smoke Bar Patong. His name is. He was brought in by Chris Travels. He stream snipe Chris Travels, and Chris Travels was brought in by Cheap Charlie. So do you see how the cake is going? Cheap Charlie brought in Chris Travels, gave him the baton. And the baton and Chris Travels was doing a live, and Paul was on the live, and everybody got used to him and knew him. And then he opened up his live. So you understand from Cheap Charlie to there. So obviously, because of the heat and the cake from Cheap Charlie, obviously you can if you're stream stuff and you're in Thailand as well. You're in Thailand. You're doing IRL. You know what I mean? You are you're in the game. So he got brought in. He can garnish a really good lane. A really good lane. And I think he's a good guy. I've been over spoken to him. So there you go. He's just got to get his his time zones kind of right. You know what I mean? And find a little lane. And that's my opinion anyway. If he finds a nice little time zone, which suits UK time and American time, I think you'll do good. You know what I mean? So, yeah. There you go. Well, like I said. Okay. Yes, sir. So, yeah, so like I said, so you can, the way to get boosted up in the genre is stream snipe, and get the same as their cake. 100%. 100%. On the point. Nail on the head. And even YouTube will tell you the way to boost your channel is to go to collaborate with other YouTubers which are big already, and that just makes sense. It's just like if you want to get into the stock market, you got to rub shoulders with the guys who's in the stock market and go down there, go eat with them, go do what they are, move with them, and they'll bring you in and they'll show you how to make money. You understand? But people don't usually do that, because they only rub shoulders with the people. They keep it secrets. There's a lot of secrets out there. There's a lot of ways to make money out there, but people keep it secret. If you want to get into being a digital nomad in Vietnam, there's loads of guys down there who do it 4 hours a day and they make a whole ton of money. Are they going to bring you in like that? Maybe not. They won't. They won't tell you their secret. But how you get in there, you got to get in there with them. Yeah, so it's the same with the Thailand genre. You got to get in there. We rub shoulders with the best, and you will see the result. As we've seen it now. As we've seen it now. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes. What's Paul's channel called? It's called Smoke Bar Patong. Smoke Bar Patong. That's correct. Smoke Bar Patong. So he has a good channel. He's trying to build up himself. He's trying to do IRL. So that's his channel. Chris Travels has a channel. He's doing his thing. It all depends on how okay. Yeah, it all depends on how you get brought in. Depends on online work, whatever way you want to put it. But it depends on how you get brought in. It depends on determine how your channel is going to be. Because you got to remember, these people was worked in this genre for 4 or 5 years. Every single day was built up clout and built up cake and built up people, which, So if somebody like Cheap Charlie does bring you in, you're gonna get a, you're gonna get a, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. It does determine who brings you in. It definitely does. And if you rub shoulders with the right people, it definitely does. So. Okay, okay. Can only place dropping down. Okay. I see that trout head. Trout head coming through. Another super duper. I think he should win that. He's been really, really great supporter of the Club Fillers Inc. this year, and supporter of Cheap Charlie, and supporter of Ben Newton, and supporter of Broke Frank. I mean, this guy, whoever he is, no one doesn't really know who he is, but he came in the game and really, really dominated in Australia. To big up to Australia, the Australian side of the donation side of the game. He's supported us on the crypto. He gives us crypto. He's probably given me well over £1,000 in crypto. And sorry to call you out like that, man. Trouthead is someone who's really helped us out, and helped us everybody out in the community. Where he came from, I'm not sure where he came from. If you want to ask me, I'm not really sure. If you want me to be honest, I think Trouthead came from Ben Newton. Ben Newton had Trouthead first, I think, and then he trickled down to me, and then he trickled down to Tom, and then he trickled down to Cheap Charlie. And that's the way the game is. So, there's always someone who had him first, and then they go on like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, big up trap. Yeah, boss. You don't count your home. Okay. I mean, everybody's got a right to their opinion. You don't count your home. I mean, we don't. As I said earlier, we're not going to put CC in the genre, and anybody who doesn't really take their YouTube serious, who's just doing it for today, and then you don't see them throughout the year, and you haven't seen them throughout the year. I mean, I can't put you in a category if I don't see you, bro. I mean, so I'm not trying to offend no one, but I'm talking about these people who consistently live stream last year, every single day for 6 days a week. I mean, how is that fair? You have to be fair. You have to say this person, he put all the effort and life into this live stream for the year. So I'm not trying to be funny. If live stream is not your main source of income, maybe you probably won't be on the list. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate it. I had a brilliant one, man. A really good birthday. Did some live streaming through it. We had some good fun, and I had a good birthday. I actually had a good Christmas, a good New Year's, a very good New Year's. And we opened up a live stream at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I live streamed straight till 4 o'clock in the morning. That was probably the most donations I've had the whole of my live streaming game. You know what I'm saying? From 1 o'clock in the morning, New Year's Eve, till 4 o'clock in the morning. That was probably the most donations I've ever had, and the most pinkies and this and everything else for the whole of my whole year, which they were flooding in like it was no tomorrow. So I actually had a good Christmas, I had a good New Year's, and I've had a good birthday. So no complaints. Hopefully my check will be good this month. I think it will be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm smiling. I worked it through. I don't usually work it through. Girl, I don't. Usually, when the 24th of December comes, I'm off on a plane and I'm flying. It's my relaxed time. You're not going to get me working around Christmas and New Year's and my birthday. It's not going to happen. I'm somewhere, in Asia having a good time. But this year, I worked it. So, let's see if we can reap the benefits from it at the end of the month. Okay. Okay, okay. Hey, your name is mentioned a lot on that Paul's channel. Yeah, I came over to Paul and I introduced myself to Paul as I usually do. Somebody opens up a channel and they're new in the game. I want to introduce myself as, Club Fillers Inc. because they're going to hear a lot about me. And you're going to, because, like me or hate me, I got a lot of clout. And a lot of people talk about me. And if they're talking, then that's clout. That's good, good or bad. So I went over there, introduced myself, and I told him who I am, and I told him what I do, and I told him what they call me. I told him he's welcome to come on my channel anytime. He's an upstart. He's a new guy in the game. So sometimes you need that. You might need that. Or you might just want to watch my stream and say, okay, let me watch this guy's stream and see, what it's about. So I did the same thing with with Chris Travels. I told him, and I came over there, sent him some super chats too. I was trying to send Paul some super chats, but he doesn't have super chats. So there you go. Just a little bit of encouragement. That's all it is. It's not even about, because I don't need a clout. I don't need a cake. I've got cake. I've got clout. So I don't need to go over there. I don't need to go over there to try and take nobody's cake. I'm just going over there to try and say, look, man, I'm introduced you to the game. Here's some cake. I wish you all the best in your channel and your life and everything else. Just know that, we stick together on the YouTube channel. It's all about peace and love. It's not about hating or hating on anybody else. It's about peace and love, That's what it's about, Mm-hmm. Righty-ho, okay? Right, there you go. So that is the 5-point bulletin tonight, guys. What I'm going to do tonight, guys, I want to keep this stream like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this stream now, and we're going to open up another stream, and we're going to get some drinks in, and we're going to get some shots in, and we're going to get some drunk. We're going to get a little bit drunk. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So I want to keep this stream up now, and we're going to keep it on the members section, or I'll keep it on the main channel. So we're going to close this stream, and then we're going to open up a second stream, and we'll look out for the second stream. Big up for the categories who won tonight. It was a great live stream, good fun. Big up to the guys who supported the cause. Broke Farang, salute to you, winning the category there of number one, putting in the effort and consistency, and and the revenue, a lot of revenue. Spread some love. One hand, wash the other. Two hand, wash your face. Big up to CC for the GOAT. Big up to Sexy Bar for being number one. I'm going to close this stream. I'll open up a naked stream, and then we can get some more drinks in and have some fun. See you on the other side, guys. In about 20 minutes, we'll open up another stream and take it from there. Let me keep this stream up, nice and clean, nice and good. Take it from there. See you in about 20 minutes time on my next stream.